Hey, you guys, it's David. I just wanted to say, hey, I haven't done a video post in a while. Yes, I'm fully aware the sync is still off. I have written to YouTube. I've gone on forums. I can't find any fucking help for this thing. So I apologize about that. It's kind of late. I am fucking fried, man. I've been getting up really early. The hour ahead that Utah is actually works out really great because I can get up really early, and Scott Campbell, who runs Eat Sleep Play with me, he tends to get in early, and so there's that little moment window before he gets totally crazy and I get totally crazy where we can kind of communicate in the mornings. And so I've been getting up really early to get a lot of work done and also to communicate with him on some issues with our game, and I'm just fucking fried, and it's 10 o'clock and I gotta go to bed and get up and do it again. Just a couple of things. One is I can't tell you, so I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but I wanted to because I'm excited. I'm having a really cool meeting tomorrow that definitely, if it goes well, who knows, but if it goes well, will tie into our game. And I will take some pictures because I think the world of this guy's work that I'm meeting with, and I'm really excited if he comes on board and does some work with us. And so I'll post that once we announce it if it actually does come to pass. But I'm jazzed about that. Um, Never met the guy before, big fan of his work, so we'll see. Now, real quick, here's why I was posting. Besides just saying, hey, I have, it's weird. It's like these three conversations I've had in the course of about 18 hours, whatever, one day. I told you I'm tired, fuck you. I'm so fucking tired. So, anyway, but here's what's interesting. I've talked to about three people today, and we got to talking about, multiplayer gameplay, whether it's the stuff happening in Modern Warfare 2 or in Warhawk or in future games we might be working on or in games in the past like old school, Mario Kart Super Battle Mode, Super Mario Kart Battle Mode, Rock and Roll Racing. This idea that there has been a shift amongst what gamers expect and want and need uh, out of multiplayer, specifically online, in terms of rewards and leveling and stats. I was talking to a guy today about this mode. Pretty, hopefully we're working on a mode in our game, and hopefully it's a pretty cool mode, and hopefully it'll be a more interesting mode than your standard kind of mode. And he's like, yeah, it's cool, but if I'm going to spend that kind of time investing, I want my stats. I want my level up. I want my reward for that. And the same thing with this other guy I was talking to. He's a designer on he's a Facebook buddy, a really big game coming out that I'm sure. I don't think I'm allowed to say who he is because I haven't asked him, but really cool game coming out, and it has a lot of multiplayer stuff. And we were talking the same thing. It's like these days it's almost like the meta game, which is the stats and the ranks and the level up and the achievements and the trophies. That's not just almost, it seems to have superseded the desire, or superseded the importance amongst a lot of players for, it's gone above the core gameplay. It's like that's more important, those elements. And I just can't get with it. And there's a point where you kind of, I think any career where you have to just, I mean, you can try to kind of follow the herd, or you can try to kind of go down your own path. I would be miserable if I spent the next years making games that were I mean, I'm not saying our game will or won't have, we know we'll have trophies, but I mean, we will or won't have robust leveling up and stats and all that. That's not what this is about. I'm not, but my point is, it's so not what I care about as a designer. I'm much more interested in the core game. It's like there are games out today that are huge hits, and the core game is kind of it's okay, but people don't seem to care because they're more interested in their leveling up and ranking up, and that's enough to kind of elevate that game to a different level of success and acceptance. And I kind of wonder. I wonder if you have a great game, a great core game, but the sort of meta is just okay or semi-existent, is that good enough anymore? Because for me as a designer, it's the core gameplay that I care about. The other stuff is like, yeah, whatever. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe younger players are really into that, and people my age are like, yeah, fuck it, who's got the time? I have no clue. But it is interesting that it keeps coming up in my life. Granted, I'm kind of searching for it because we're kind of dealing with some design issues that pertain to that. But it is interesting to kind of hear all these different takes, and there does seem to be a pretty consistent sensibility of the metagame is becoming more important than the core game. And I don't know, man. That's not my cup of tea, I'll tell you. But I've also been missing the gene in my brain that makes me care about grinding. I don't care about leveling up. I mean, Diablo was great, but I didn't need, one more level. I did the loot, World of Warcraft. It's just not in my brain makeup to care about that. And so certainly I imagine if I had that, uh, I'd be all over it. But since I don't, since we're in Germany, you got to make my buck. Anyway, I'm fucking tired, all right? And now there's no comment, so I can't tell if anybody even knows what I'm referencing. So, y'all, I'm going to bed. What the fuck? I got to get up at 5. So, nice to see you all. Hopefully you can deal with the fucking out of sync thing. I don't have to tell you. I really want to fix it, but, maybe I'll call Mac, but it sounds like it's a YouTube problem. But anyway, hope all is well with y'all. I'm still playing Darksiders somewhere around here and digging that, and yeah, that's what's up. Oh, you know what? Real quick. Okay, all right. I have to say, I gotta go. But look, Avatar. I fucking walked out of Avatar. I know I'm a total spaz, man, because it's got to be one of those things where I just wasn't in the headspace. Because the movie's made $1 billion. It's made a fucking $1 billion. All right, it's got to be a decent movie. But for me, when I went to see it, I saw it this weekend. I was really fucking bored. I was just bored. I mean, it was cliche and hammy and cheesy, and even though I was impressed by the technology, even the faces of the Navi or the Navi or whatever the fuck they're called, they were kind of cheeseball. It's like they just seemed so big and over the top that it didn't strike me as real. It struck me as kind of dorky, And the story, it's like, oh my fucking God, I've seen that story so many times. And you guys know I'm not a movie snob. I love popcorn films. I'm crazy excited for Iron Man 2. And, I fucking thought The Mummy 3 was a great fucking movie. I am not a elitist film, snob. But I just thought it was a fucking boring movie. So I walked out. I walk out of all movies when I'm bored. So, all right, now I'm done. Good night. I'll see you guys later. Bye.